All right, guys, here we go. Going to take a quick look at Bitcoin here, and we're going to go back a few days and show you what caused this breakout or what initiated it. First of all, we have this down trend line, this white line here. Hit it a number of times going back to July, the middle of July. Most recently, here in about the middle of September, hit. Finally broke out and actually had a candle close over it, little consolidation, and then our most recent breakout. Okay, and reason why this breakout did not extend higher just yet, we're working on that actually right this second, but we ran into two factors here. Okay, one of them was that flat 200, and if you remember, this candle, this red candle, was green at one time. So that's why we teach our Patreon members not to take a scale in or scale out, in other words, a trade, until close to the end of that candle closing. Okay, because earlier in the day, I think through mid-afternoon, this thing was green and then had a big horrific sell-off there. And the reason being, and we warned our Patreon members about that, that we're running into two factors here. If you have two or more factors and you have an 83 to 87% probability at your thesis, and in this case was that we were going to get halted and pulled back in that price range. Okay, now the red dash line is a specific measured move that our Patreon members know how to figure. It's real easy, so I can't give that to you. But anyway, the most important thing is that we came back, held number one over the 20, and number two, we did not take out this previous bullish engulfing, clearing takeout candles. We took everything out over to the left-hand side of it. And again, we had a high pivot here that was recent resistance, and now it became support, as you can see here over the last few days. Okay, and then what we're looking at now is a potential break over that 28,000. We need to clear that red dash line, the two-factor resistance zone right now, holding Bitcoin down. Okay, so that's very critical. If we lose that, we're expecting price to come back in and back test, retest this area of the high pivot, previous resistance, because we did a 180 back down. So now we're expecting a little bit of additional support down here, and possibly the 20 will be coming up into that range as well. And that's something that we don't want to lose. You never want to lose to 20. Okay, that's real bearish, especially after you made a pretty good breakout over previous resistance zones. But let's say on the bull side we break out, close over 28,000, then we come up to the gray dash line here, and that measure move, which again our Patreon members know how to figure, it has a 90% success rate. Okay, and when you're coming from the bottom up into that measured move, it works obviously as resistance. So we're expecting a pullback once we hit there, but hopefully nothing major, but we will get a consolidation pullback, kind of like what we did here. And then we'll see if we come down, retest at 200 again, that purple line, or if we're able to push from that zone. And basically what we're looking for is, as simple as it is, just this is really simple. It's not easy, but it's simple to figure out these W formations. Okay, and that's what breaks you out to the upside, or your M formations. That's what breaks you down to the downside. Okay, so that's what we look for, those high and low pivots, seeking out higher highs, higher lows, depending on that W formation, and reverse that for the M. Now, as you can see, just doing this video, we came up here, the bulls fought that hard line. That's a tough line in the sand right now, that whole round even number of 28,000. And now we're backing off there a little bit. So we'll see if we're gonna pull back in and the bulls lick their wounds and then we try it again, or if that's gonna basically be it, and we have to come back in here and see. Here we go again with another M, and consolidate in this zone in that high 27,000 range. But guys, appreciate you watching. If you want to learn how to do this on your own, be able to trade these markets, give us a follow on Twitter. Then more importantly, check us out on Patreon, and we'll get you coached up. And in the meantime, we will see you on the charts.